Hey, what's up everyone? 2011 Honda Pilot rear brake pads. Just doing the pads only. First you want to safely jack up your vehicle. I go off this jack point right here on the pinch weld. I got a 3-ton jack doing that. And once it's up in the air, it's a 22 millimeter on the lug nuts here. Go ahead and get these off. I'm just going to skip ahead. I got them all off. And I put them in a safe spot so they don't roll away like that little guy. And we'll go and pull this guy off here. Put this in a safe spot. Always lay it down flat so it doesn't roll away. Here's my pads right here. Just got two 12 millimeter bolts holding the caliper on. And again, I'm just doing pads only, not rotors. So I'm just going to undo these and do this bottom one here. Oh, but you might want to do the bottom one first. Because if you do the bottom one, do the bottom one first and then do the top one second, because the rotor or the caliper rotor will flap forward if you have the top bolt out. Not a big deal if you already did it, but just put the top one back in a little bit. Alright, you'll see what I mean if you end up doing it. Go ahead and get this out. Alright, got that out. I'm gonna get my top one out now. Put these in a safe spot because I'm gonna need them again. Alright, this should let's put these here. Could just wriggle this off. Might have to work it a little bit. Once it's off, we're going to gently set it over the control arm on top here, out of the way. Use our pads and our springs. Get a flat head and just pop these springs out. And once the springs are out, we can pop the pads out like this. You want to save these springs. If your new pads don't come with them, save them. Let's get these pads out. Notice that the metal sensor's on the inside pad. Go ahead and pop these out. Alright, so like I said, we're just going to do pads. So you could pop these out, put lube on them, and put them back in. In fact, I recommend doing that on top and bottom. And here's my Honda pads. These are from the factory. And they came with shims, and I had to put the shims on. I didn't include that in the video, sorry, but they just pretty much go on with the black grease that comes with it. Metal sensor on them. This will go in the inner, and then it came with new springs. If your pads don't come with new springs, you can just reuse the old ones. I'm going to put this in, and the sensor goes on the inside, meaning like towards the inside of the car, and the outer pad, meaning towards outside the road, is the one without the sensor. Alright, so got those in. We have to take our caliper and push the piston in. This little guy popping out is the piston. It has to be compressed or pushed back in, however you want to say it. I got my tool here. If you don't have this tool, you could use maybe some giant channel locks, or there's all kinds of ways to get creative. All you have to do is push that piston straight back in. I'm also going to put some lube right here and on the piston as well. Not necessary, but I just do that because I feel like it helps. And when you put these springs back in, they go in these holes right here, facing this direction, and it can be a challenge to get them in and hold them in because they're pushing the pads out while you put the caliper on. You got to use two hands, definitely two-hand it. And okay, I got mine on. I got one hand on a camera too. It's gonna be a little tricky, but you get it on. Make sure your caliper pins are lined up correctly. There's a way they face to make them like that, to make them mount up correctly. If your bolts aren't going in, check the alignment of your pins on the caliper. Again, these are 12 millimeters. I'm gonna get these tightened down. They don't have to be mega tight, but they do need to be pretty tight. And get this one tightened with this guy. And this is about it, guys. Alright. Got that tightened, got this tightened. And any additional information in the comments is appreciated. I'll try to put the torque specs in the comments soon. I like to put a little yellow paint mark on it to make sure it tightened it. And that's it, guys. So hope this video helped you out.